Hey everyone, Tony Walsh here. Welcome back to the channel and another edition of What's Happening at the Farmstead. Well, today's November 1st, and you can see the white cotton behind us. It's almost getting Christmas time, but not quite yet. The cotton's still got some leaves on it. You can see back here, right here. Still see some leaves there, so all the leaves got to come off before it's ready to pick. But it won't be long because we're still getting some middle 80-degree days, so it's quickly leaf falling time. So what have we been doing this past week? Let me show you. If you remember from some from some previous videos, there were several pine logs laying over there in that open spot, and they have gone to a local guy to be cut up into 2x4s and some 1x6s that we'll use the 2x4s to make some shelving with. So he'll cut them and he'll dry them. He's got a small kiln, so they'll be good to go when they come back. So, and it's actually going to be true dimensional lumber if I understand it correctly. So it'd be 2x4s and 1x6s that we'll use to build shelves. And I hope to use the 1x6s as a decorative finish, either inside the pack house or inside the new house. So we only had to take them half because my trailer, well, my truck, it pulled it all, but it wouldn't have liked pulling it 10 miles down the road. So I'm going to show you some clips of John loading the trailer up and my truck starting to drive down the road. I only had to drive it a couple hundred yards, so that I wasn't worried about, but I sure wouldn't have wanted to drive it 10 miles because it had the old Ford squatting. So let's get to those clips. Now the stump to those logs you just saw come from right here, and we had a friend with a skidder come move the that stump and move the stump for the pecan tree over here into a pile that we're just going to burn. It's going to take a while to burn these stumps, because these two stumps, because those things are huge. They're still green, so this burn pile will stay here for a while, which is going to interrupt my garden plans, but so be it. It is what it is. And I do have a clip of the gentleman moving the pecan stump, so I'll show you that right here. Okay, a couple videos back you saw us try to pick this stump up with the John Deere tractor, and that tractor just wasn't big enough. So got a friend of ours that's got a skidder, and he's going to try to pick this thing up. still got some tap roots in the ground holding it in there. Out of the hole. Okay, there's how deep the hole is, and we'll have to get the roots cleaned out and get a dump truck load of dirt put in here. Okay, here's the pecan logs, and you saw them in the other videos. They used to be under that tree right there when everything first got cut up and fell down, but we moved them over here. That way they're out of the yard proper, and they're sort of hid. Those logs will be cut up for cooking wood. Pecan wood makes great cooking wood when it's cured out, so that'll be for a future time and a future video, and hopefully a near time, because Nana wants this stuff out of her way. Okay, and a recap of our garden. As you can see in these two bins here, and I've said it time and time again, whatever the saying is, the beets here, the carrots there didn't do nothing. And I love beets and I love carrots, and I can't grow them to save my life. My life depended on it, I'd be dead. Just is what it is. But these are all strawberries from, well, in the three green stalks here are strawberries from last year. These are new strawberries in these three metal raised beds here. I think it was 48 that Jackie planted. So those are starting to thrive and take off. Those are sugar snap peas. She's had to trellis up. Her mustard, they have already started eating. Notice said they, because I don't eat mustard. She's just planted some more lettuce over here. The lettuce she planted the same time we planted the beets and the carrots didn't take, so just might have been wrong timing. So she's planted more lettuce, but it hadn't come up yet. So I'm debating whether to plant more beets and carrots just to see if it'll come up. And over here she has some spinach, so you can see it's starting to come up. So that's an update on the garden. Okay, you've seen me pick up pecans before, and yes, I say pecans, not pecans. And wasn't that hard of a job because the leaves haven't started falling, but they have in the last week and a half. So you can see I got my leaf blower, or a blower, electric powered on the generator, and I blew all the leaves away from under this tree here, and you can see them in a row over there, and I will vacuum them up to start making leaf mulch. You know, I started making that last year, so I'll add to that pile. So I picked up just this wagon, and you can see it's still got a lot of leaves and sticks in it, because this bag of nut, you can see how clean it will sweep your yard. So it picks up everything. And you can see, and these leaves are still green on the trees, so this has a long way more to go before all the leaves fall off, and there are still nuts on this tree. But I can't afford to have somebody shake it because the prices just don't warrant shaking it. I can't leave these on the ground because the squirrels will move in and take them, plus as we walk over it and all that. So I want to go ahead and get these picked up. So this tree here is one that we call it the Madge tree, because that's for Grandma Madge. Do not know what kind of variety it is, But this is one that Jackie and her mama love to bake with, snack with, and all that. So we keep it separate and use this for a cooking stash. So let me get these graded out and we'll see how much we picked up from this tree. Out of that wagon full you just saw, we got a complete 5-gallon bucket full. There's all the leaves, husks, sticks, and all that was picked up along with it. Those two, the tub and the bucket, made that wagon full. Out of excuse me, out of that bucket full, I expect about half of them to be good for cracked and blown. So the harvest this year is pitiful, and I'm gonna show you what we picked up so far, because like I say, that's only 50%. So we're gonna go here in what we call the pack house, because it's where they used to pack everything from tobacco to everything else. We've got let's see, 1, 2, 3 bags in a bucket and a half. It takes 2 5-gallon buckets to fill them bags up. Well, the bags aren't full just because I want to make them easier to tote, so I just put 2 buckets in instead of trying to cram 2 1/2 to 3/4. I weighed them, and they're anywhere from 30 to 40 pounds a piece. Again, because the bags aren't full. So, and then over here I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've got them separated because these are what come out of the yard here so far, and these are what come over from what you saw me pick up at Keith and Becky's about a week ago. So we still have a lot more harvesting to go, but honestly by now there should be 1,000 pounds on the ground, not 300 pounds on the ground. So Helene hurt us by knocking nuts off the tree early, and these trees not being watered, irrigated, fertilized, watered, irrigated, that's the same thing, not being irrigated, fertilized, or sprayed for worms or zinc added to it. So that is my plans for next year. So let's see what else we get into. Okay, I showed you in an earlier clip where I had blew all the leaves up in a row, and I have since vacuumed them up. We don't have a lawnmower with a bagger, so that is my next thing to want. Whenever we buy a new lawnmower, it will have a bagger, because I'm using a Black & Decker, what is it, a Power Source, Power Master, Power Boost. Black & Decker Power Boost, it serves as a blower, and it also serves as a vacuum, a shredder. And out of this one tree, I have this one wagon full of chopped up leaves that I'm going to make my own compost. You saw me in previous videos mixing compost in a cement mixer, trying to refresh my dirt. So here I'm going to start just making my own leaf mulch. And yes, you could buy soil probably cheaper than the labor I'm doing all this, but the hard thing with store-bought soil is you have no clue what that soil is mixed in. They can print all the labels they want on the bag, and that's only worth what the ink cost. Corporations will lie because they're in it for the dollar. If they have a standard they have to meet, they will barely meet that standard, or they will fudge and just fall under the standard. And who suffers at the end? The gardener. So one thing I have here is a barrel full of holes that I was using as a compost bin earlier. So here, this one is I already started filling up with leaves and already started putting water in it, you could see. So I have that one. So by the time I move the wagon, it will finish filling this one up. So here's my question to any of you leaf mulch gurus. I have that blue one with holes poked all in it, and then I have a used yard trash can that I acquired, and it has no holes. So I have it almost full. So you can see I'm on the way to making some leaf mulch. So my question is, should I cut holes in this one or drill holes in this one? That way the water can drain out. Should I drill them just on the bottom, drill it all over the sides like I did the other one? So that's where I'm looking for advice. I know a lot of people stick them in trash bags, but I've sort of got ADD to make stuff look neat. I don't like junk, don't like clutter. And you can see we have really cleaned up that slab there. We've really cleaned up this one. Still got some more to do. We're not done yet. But I like things to look nice. I do not want a bunch of trash bag full of leaves laying around. So that's my question. The blue drum on the other side of her dog pen, or the green trash can on the other side of the barn. Do I or do I not drill holes? Oh, while I got this trailer here, we talked about them logs earlier in the clip. Don't know if I ever showed you a cross section. We've hauled half of them off, so I think I said the other half are here. So I don't know if you can count rings or not. I'm not going to. But these things is 60, 70 years old. And John says that load was probably 4,000 pounds. He's in the timber industry, so he would know better than me. So I'm gonna call this video a close. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Take care, and God bless.